Well, hello, everybody. Welcome into my study. Hallelujah. All right, we got some folks coming in here already. What a blessing, what a blessing. See, Be Set Free is in here. What's up, Clint? Coming in here watching on YouTube. Ant-Man. Anthony's watching. What a blessing. What a blessing it is to have you guys coming in. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I see you, man. I see you. All right, so, yeah. Being a live stream, we're going to give just a few seconds for people to come in. Got some housekeeping to take care of anyway before we get into the big announcement. But welcome into the big picture. YouTube tonight, Facebook, podcast, all of the above is recording and broadcasting. Good to see all these folks coming in here. I'm loving my new software that I'm using. I'm still learning how to use it, so I'm just going to go ahead and apologize in advance if something crazy happens tonight. But, man, I tell you, you don't know what it means to me. You see I'm representing. Y'all see this, don't you? Look at somebody in that room with you if you ain't by yourself and tell them I see greatness in you. Hey, Barbara. Hey, Miranda. Hey, Kat. Hey, Marlon. People jumping on here, Facebook, YouTube. This is awesome. So this is the big picture broadcast, YouTube. Tonight we're going to do YouTube. We're doing podcasts. If you listen to it on podcast, make sure you follow this podcast, The Big Picture. Give us a 5-star rating. If you are watching this on YouTube, and most of you are, or Facebook, either one, make sure that if you're watching it on Facebook, you hit that like button, enable those notifications, because, man, I'm telling you some big things are coming. Watch it on YouTube, subscribe. It is so big for you to help us, because let me show you this right here. I need you guys to help us, especially watching on Facebook, on YouTube. Even if you're watching on Facebook, sometime tonight, go to YouTube and hit that subscribe button, because we got some big interviews coming. We're going to be talking about some current events, doing some reaction videos. Basically, when things come out in the media, you're going to see me doing some reaction videos to them, sharing my opinion on it. And we're going to do some tutorials on some things, because y'all know I like tech stuff, but I'm also going to give some information on how you guys have been asking some questions to me personally about how to do some things on YouTube and so forth. We're helping you on that. And, of course, we'll be talking about some church and leadership. But the big deal is we got to get to 1,000 subscribers. Because that's just it releases so many different things to us, tools to us that we can do. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. That will mean a lot to us. And then one more quick thing while people are still jumping on here. I'm so excited to see all these folks jumping on here right now. This is a blessing, man. I've got people watching from all over. We do have a podcast. We have two different podcasts. We simulcast this YouTube channel is also a podcast, and there's also episodes that get put on the Big Picture podcast that don't make it to YouTube. Case in point, we just had a very special interview with my pastor, Pastor Frankie Powell, that was on the podcast but not on the YouTube channel. So that you don't think that hey, I watch it on YouTube, you're going to get everything from the podcast. That's not necessarily true. There's going to be some things that we're not going to want to put on the YouTube channel, and quite frankly can't put on the YouTube channel because we'll get blocked off of YouTube. So make sure you go to your podcast app, subscribe to the Big Picture podcast, and then also if you want to learn anything about leadership, if you're in any kind of pastoral, evangelistic, or just serve in the house, and you just want to learn more about leadership in general on your job and so forth, maybe you own a business, then look for the Remnant Leadership Podcast. So these are the two main podcasts that we have that are on all podcast platforms. So I know you guys didn't come in just to hear about that tonight. I'm going to show a few of these comments here, man. This is a blessing. All right, so let me get into what this is about tonight. I'm so excited, more than I can even talk tonight, because this is a big deal to me. And I just thought, I'm going to go up there and I'm going to walk around. I've never been to anything like that. I'm going to meet some people. I feel like God's going to give me some connections and so forth. And just more than anything, I was just going to enjoy the moment. And that's what I did. So on that Thursday, I'm walking around the National Religious Broadcasters convention, and folks, this thing is absolutely massive. I mean, just everybody that has any kind of influence, any kind of media, whether it be television, whether it be radio, podcasters were everywhere, publishers were everywhere. Everything you can imagine in Christianity is there. This is the largest in the world, okay? So as I'm walking around, I just started getting this feeling in my spirit. You thought you were here for a movie, but that's not why you were here. This is huge to me, y'all. Now, this might not be as big to you. This was huge to me. So you guys know how I feel about leadership. You know how I feel about leadership. My whole heart is I'm a pastor, but I also love to teach leadership. I founded and lead a network of pastors. I pastor pastors and so forth. So leadership is huge to me. So as I'm walking around winding down the day, I come across this booth that's in the back, and I had noticed banners everywhere, and this name just jumped out at me. It was called Leadership Books. And Leadership Books, you can imagine, I saw this logo, Leadership Books, thoughtful, relevant leaders from around the world. And I just stopped, I have my I See Greatness in You t-shirt on, and I stopped there and I started talking to this guy, and he was just an awesome guy. And his name is Mike Stickler. Mike is an author. He is a publisher, and he is the main publisher for Leadership Books. So we just sort of hit it off, and I thought I was going to stand there and talk to him for, maybe 5-10 minutes. We ended up standing there talking, 25, 30 minutes, something like that. And I just had a great connection with this guy. I really liked him. He just seemed like a man of integrity. And, I asked him about the company, Leadership Books. He asked me about my T-shirt, and I started telling him my story and me and Sandy's story. And next thing you know, we're just, the wheels in my mind are turning. I can see they're turning in his eyes as well. And as I said, Mike is a very accomplished author. He's written, I believe, close to 40 books. These are just a couple of his bestseller books. A Journey to Generosity, and then, of course, there's his latest book, A Life Without Reservation. These are just a couple of his bestseller books. Well, Mike and I hit it off, and he asked me about my book. He asked me about I See Greatness in You. How did it go? How successful was it? He goes, man, I need to talk to you. I feel a connection with you. So he said, I've already talked to my assistant. We're going to set up a Zoom call when I get back from Nashville. When you get back, we're going to sit down and talk. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to get right to it, and then I'm going to tell you what this means, and I want to get you to help me pray, man. And man, come on, ladies, all of y'all out there, men and women of God. So here's the bottom line. After about an hour and 30-minute Zoom call, Mike asked me to become their latest author that they want to sign. So I could not tell everybody about it, but tonight I can proudly say I'm so excited to tell you. Yep, there it is. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight I signed the contract today. They signed their part of the contract. I have been signed as the latest author by Leadership Books, and not just to republish and distribute all around the world I See Greatness in You, but they have signed me to all of my future books. They are the exclusive publisher of I See Greatness in You, as well as every other book that I'm going to be writing, and they are just about to begin to be put together as well. I am so excited, y'all. This is an absolute dream to me, because as much as I would be ecstatic to have a movie, my dream, y'all, listen to me, my dream has always been to be a published author and to have a group of people that would get behind me and believe in me, and not just the book that I wrote, but to publish all of my future books and be able to touch as many people's lives as possible. And that is exactly what this is, has happened in my life. So I'm just ecstatic, y'all. I'm so excited to be a part of Leadership Books. Can you imagine, of all publisher names, Leadership Books, for them to have that name, for that to be the publisher of all our books? And so here's what's going to happen, y'all. And let me just show you something real quick. I don't know if I can make this work or not, but this is their website. You can go to leadershipbooks.com, and you can see that's Dave Ramsey, of course. Joyce Meyer, not Joyce Meyer, but I'm trying to think about who it is. But I'm going to scroll down here, just some of the books that they're currently on their front page that they're offering. Marilyn Hickey is one of their authors. Many of you may know that. Marty Smith from ESPN. These guys are they're not on the same size as some of these like Charisma and so forth, but they have made an all-in effort to become a major publisher in Christian world, but not just in Christian world, but also in secular world, in leadership. They are being a presence with thought leaders, business leaders, Christian leaders, finance leaders, political thought leaders. They have a podcast where they're promoting their books. I'll actually be on their podcast talking about my book and becoming the latest author very, very soon. They host Get Published summits all over, as you can see, Newport Beach, California, Dallas, Portland, Oregon. These are just some of the ones that they have conferences where they teach people how to publish books. They have a huge presence, and they've made a massive investment in becoming a large player in the world of publishing. Now, what does that mean, y'all? What does that mean in the big picture, in the big scheme of things, if you will? For me personally, I'm just so pumped in the fact that they have signed on not just to publish my book. Now, I want y'all to get this. This still blows my mind to even hear this coming out of my mouth. But they're so excited about being a part of Sandy and I and what God is doing in our life that they've signed on to be our agent. They will represent us in conferences, in conventions. Of course, I'll still take preaching engagements on my own. It has nothing to do with them. But they are going to be trying to put me speaking in some of these larger conventions. In fact, they've already told me that I am going to be signing books at the next National Religious Broadcasters Convention. Can you believe that? I went to my first one just a few weeks ago, and the next one's going to be in Orlando, May of next year. So when you come into the National Religious Broadcasters Convention in Orlando, which if Bishop's still on here, shout out to Orlando. I'm sure I'll be hanging out at Judah after that week. But I'll be signing books there in the convention. There's a couple of other conventions that they go to. The Christian Alliance Convention, I believe there's another one called Elevate. Believe it or not, how cool is that? It's called Elevate Pastors Convention in Dallas, Texas. So I'll be at these conventions signing books, as well as they're going to be sending out a press release in the next week or two to begin to promote the book. It is just insane to me, y'all. We're supposed to release the book in I See Greatness in You in sometime around the end of this year, October, November. Going to soft promote it through Christmas. And then they're doing the big nationwide launch in January of 23. It will have a completely different cover. It will be hardback edition instead of paperback. The paperback will come later. And then how cool is this? After the paperback edition, then there will be the ebook Kindle edition. And this is one thing I wanted to have happen. It's part of the deal. They will produce an audio book. So I See Greatness in You will be in audio form as well. So how cool is that, y'all? That's it, man. That's the big announcement, which is just going to be a life-changing thing for my life, for me and Sandy, and of course, for our ministry. I've said to our church many times. I want to say it again. Wherever God takes Larry Ragland, Sandy Ragland, Solid Rock Church, and all those that believe in us go with us. So, yes, I'm excited. I'm excited to be the newest author from Leadership Books, y'all. And not just somebody that's publishing my book, which is cool enough, but, they're going all in with us. They're going all in. They're believing in the vision. So listen, thank you again. That's the big news. Wow. I say this humbly, and it's still amazing to me. What a blessing to be a published author and to know that, God is going to not just use this book, but he's going to use this book and the other future books as they come along. So thank you for all the kind comments. It means the world to me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, that's what you get for being late, Monica. You have to go back and watch the replay. All right. Thank you, Jim. I appreciate it, man. Thank you, buddy. All right, so y'all be blessed tonight. Thank y'all for jumping on tonight, and spread the word. Of course, get ready to be blown up, because now that the cat is out of the bag, I'm going to be posting some stuff about it. So God bless. Y'all have a great night. Thank y'all for joining in. I see greatness in you. It's coming soon. Hey, and for all you who's already read the book, you got to get another one now, because it's going to be different. Love y'all. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.